Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Maryam here. It's Faves X Fails time here on the channel, a video that I conduct once a month in which I talk about all of my favorite makeup products for the month and apply them to the face. Links below. I also, of course, always talk about the fails, the products that didn't work for me. I tell you why they didn't work for you. I tell you a whole story. Sometimes I go into too much detail, but some of you guys like the details, so definitely let me know if you are one of those guys. Also, of course, I always give you the prices and all that jazz. So with that, let's get into this video. Subscribe if you aren't already, and notification bell for Wednesdays and Sundays videos. And now let's do this. Faves X Fails for June, for July. What month are we in? Definitely for July. Let's hit it. Notes, as always, and per usual, with the prices and with everything. I'm actually gonna keep my notes handy. For the primer today, I'm gonna use same old same DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder. Just adding that to the center of my face. I'm really determined to kill this one. I have so very little left, and I need to use it before I open up a fresh one, right? So now let's talk about the top category for fails. I do have a failed primer. I don't even have it in front of me. I'm talking about the Catrice, the Smoother Primer. That one is $6 and it did no priming whatsoever. It was basically very meh, very blah. It didn't really do anything for my skin. It definitely didn't smooth nor plump. Granted, it was $6, but it felt like it didn't really do anything. Having said that, however, Catrice does have a product, also a $6 product, that I have been absolutely loving this month, and it is in my faves category, and I'm talking about the All Over Glow Tint. There are 3 of them, also $6 each, so very, very inexpensive, and these perform like makeup, like super luxurious makeup. They give the glossiest, the most beautiful, beautiful finish. And here's the third one. I'm gonna use the shade Sun Dip today. I'm gonna squirt just a little bit onto my finger, and I'm gonna apply this all over wherever I want to glow. This is a product that lays really beautifully under makeup. Of course, you can also apply it on top. You can mix it in with your foundation. And also, I think there's enough product in here that you could also use it on your collarbone. I mean, for $6, I would feel generous to use it everywhere, not sparingly. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just gonna slap it all over. Look at that metallic forehead I'm giving myself. But I really, really like how smooth, how silky it goes on. It doesn't feel like skincare. It actually feels like makeup. It's doing something to the face. It's really giving it that glow, and I'm a fan. I think it's great. I'm a big fan of Catrice products in general. I really like Essence products, their sister brands, and I'm constantly discovering great products from them, and this one's one of them. A fave this month, $6. Need I say more? Moving on to, you know what? Since this is such a hot topic, such a controversial topic on my channel, let's talk about brows, because I actually have a favorite brow product this month, and it is, shocker, a brow gel from Rare Beauty. You guys, this one is mwah. It's amazing. I have been using it nonstop. It is so easy to use. It looks like a brow gel, but it feels not as crunchy, not as hard. It just feels so flexible, so moldable. It's so easy to use. Sadly, the only sad part about it is that it is not yet available anywhere. And I have been using it for a month straight. I'm obsessed with it. On those days that I've been going to the beach, wearing nothing but SPF on my face, I'll grab this product, I'll just brush out my brows, and it makes them look so much fuller and so much more put together. And like I said, the fact that this gel doesn't make my brows hard or crunchy, there's no residue, is saying a lot. So what I'm gonna do, and what I've been doing, just brushing the product through the brows. You can back comb if you want, especially if you like to glue your tail ends like I do. And then I'll just use the edge and clean up the top like that. Boom, super, super easy. Okay, quickly gluing down my other brow. Effortless, boom. Obsessed. I don't even know how much this is. Like I said, it's not yet available. I went on Sephora. They don't have this product listed or shown anywhere, but I definitely know that it came in the same PR as all the other products, and it said that it's coming soon. So please keep your eyes out. This brow gel actually reminds me a lot of the Dominique Cosmetics brow gel. This is the Brow Blowout Shaping Gel. Very, very similar formula. And this one is available. It is not yet sold out. It is $22, I believe. So if you're looking for something that is similar to this, if you are not patient, I'm not patient, and if you want to try this, I'm telling you, they're very similar. And this is available, I don't know how much longer, but you've been warned. So now I can't say the same thing about the actual brow pencil from Rare Beauty. That one is okay, it's fine, it does the job, but because it's a retractable pencil that's not sharpenable, I just don't see myself reaching for it. Dominique Cosmetics once again has a very similar pencil, yet it has a built-in sharpener that you can actually maintain that super sharp blade-like edge. So for me, that makes a lot more sense, and that's the one that I would reach for. Just saying, just letting you know. But I'm not actually gonna use this one today. I'm just gonna use my NYX Lift and Snatch. What else is new? I feel like with this brow technique, it is so easy for me to do my brows now. I just add a couple of little strokes wherever I feel like I need them. Like maybe just in the tail end, and maybe just a little bit in the beginning. Also, I've been growing out my brows, and they have been growing out nicely. They are probably the fullest they've been since high school, right before I effed them up, and I plan to maintain them this way. I really like my natural thickness, the natural length of my brows. And so if you want to hear about that, let me know and I'll mention it in one of my other videos. Or maybe I'll make like a YouTube shorts or something. But for now, let's go back to Faves X Fails. Okay, so now that I've done the glow base, I've done the brows, let's talk about foundations and let's actually talk about bases. I don't have a favorite foundation or a least favorite foundation that I tried this month. This month is all about those skin tints, and my favorite one this month is definitely by far from DANESSA MYRICKS. It's the new Serum Skin Tint. This one is gorgeous. It applies beautifully, it wears beautifully, it is so skin-like, and there's nothing more to say but just to show you. All right, I'm gonna use shade 7 today. I did get just a little bit of color. I'm gonna apply a little bit of product because you really don't need a lot. This is a skin tint. I'm not trying to draw a million lines on my face. I'm trying to let the product speak for itself. I already primed, and these two pair perfectly together. So now I'm gonna spread that all over. I'm gonna use my DANESSA MYRICKS brush. This is a $36 product. Shades are very flexible, as you can see. This is shade 7 that I just grabbed, which I noticed the odd numbers are warmer than the even numbers, as opposed to the blurring balm powder, where the even numbers, shade 6, for instance, is what suits me. And the odd numbers, shade 5, shade 7, they don't really work for me as much. With the skin tint, it's the opposite. Just look at how healthy, and it matches my neck perfectly, like flawlessly. Shade 7 is like my perfect in-between summer shade. Like it's not gonna match the rest of my body. Like if I have an off the shoulder or something, I'll probably want to bronze up a little bit more, but just to match my neck, this is perfect. This is like the most flawless shade. And because I'm not breaking out crazy right now, I don't even think I need another layer. And because it's so sheer, that glow underneath is glowing. It is peeking through. It is looking rather fresh, and I'm so here for it. This is the kind of finish that I typically go for an everyday type of makeup look. Looks so damn good. I also enjoyed this new It's Like Skin 2-in-1 Concealer Plus Tint from Keys Soulcare. This was a really, really pleasant product to experience as well. This is a tint and a concealer in one. I have shades 350N and 340W. I believe I used the neutral one, and they both seem to work for me. I'm kind of like in this range at the moment. I like it. It felt very, very lightweight on the skin, very easy wearing, very easy going, fresh type of makeup. Something that I would expect from Miss Alicia and Keys Soulcare. $28 product. I'm gonna keep it around. Now, talking about my fails, and once again, I am just not surprised. These IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream SPF 50 with actual physical sunscreen as opposed to mineral just did not work for me. And I don't know what it is, but these IT Cosmetics products, as expensive as they are, this is $47, they just break me the F out like nobody's business, like nothing else. I don't know what's going on. There was only one foundation that I've ever tried from IT Cosmetics, and I believe I actually did a review on it years ago. It was the only one that ever worked for me, and sadly, it was discontinued. I don't know why, because that one did not break me out. Everything else just does not agree with me. It just does not agree with my sensitive acne-prone skin. Always somehow triggers and re-aggravates my breakouts. And even though, like I said, this does not have chemical SPF, which I already know I am sensitive to, I almost don't believe it because this had the same effect. And it clearly says that it has physical sunscreen, zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. These are products that I typically use for my sunscreen all the time. I don't know what it is, but this just did not work. Moreover, it felt extremely, extremely heavy on the skin. Granted, I did wear this to the beach and I had it on my face all day. I didn't reapply because it was just so thick and mask-like that there's no way I needed to reapply. But I didn't like the way that it wore. I didn't like the way that it felt. And truth be told, I'm just a little scared to use it ever again. That's my story. Moving on. I have many more fails, by the way. There's like a number of fails this month, but also lots of faves. So let's move on. I have been liking some color correctors lately. Specifically, I really like the $29 Huda Beauty color corrector. The peach, the pink pomelo are the ones that I have been reaching for the most, especially for that ombre concealer trend where the concealer kind of fades into your blush. Very popular with the Barbie trend. I've been doing that a lot, and I feel like going forward, that's the only way I want to wear my concealer because it's just so intuitive. And for someone with high cheekbones like myself, it just makes perfect sense anatomically to blend your concealer into your blush. This product has helped me with that. Actually, I never even used it as an under eye color corrector. So far, I've only used it as that transition shade between my concealer and my blush for the ombre trend. I like it. And by the way, it looks great on its own as well. Also, similarly, and this is the product that I actually want to use today because it is so good. I love this new light reflecting NARS under eye corrector. There are only 5 shades though. This is the only caveat. There's 5 shades and I'm using the lightest one, Night Swan. So if you're any lighter than me, sadly there isn't a shade for you. Or maybe because I really like my under eye to appear bright. But this product I was really super impressed with. These are the kind of under eye concealers, brighteners that I prefer. Just the super easygoing, intuitive ones that work really quickly, that knock out the darkness, that color correct and bounce off the light. Just look how natural and how pretty it looks. And this is supposed to work best with this product, which is the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. I've had this one forever. I'm a big fan of it. I use it a lot, and specifically I use it to reverse contour and also to reflect the light. So this is perfect for the under eye. This one, by the way, is not a new product, but the color corrector is, and they're just meant to work together in tandem. So natural. If you're like me and if you just want an easy, quick under eye brightener, if you don't really suffer from deep dark circles or like super hyperpigmented under eye, you will like this technique because it is just that easy. It's just 2 steps and it works, and it looks extremely, extremely natural. Not just on camera, but also in real life. So I'm a fan of this technique. I'm a fan of this new product. I feel like NARS killed it with this one. Sadly, I wasn't too impressed with this new Makeup Forever HD Skin Concealer at $29. I know a lot of people wanted me to review this, and I reviewed this in my own time. And although it wasn't bad, I can't say that this is a fail by any means. What I didn't like about it is that it is just like too liquidy. It's too watery, and I don't like that kind of formula at all. I need something that is solid, like a Tarte Shape Tape, something that's very solid, very creamy, stays put. I could easily blend it out or leave it and not worry about it causing staining or whatever. This product is just a little bit too watery for me. It's a little too messy. It needs to be worked on quickly, and that's just not my cup of tea. Also, I didn't find it to be any different than any of Makeup Forever's other concealers. So I don't know if this is like the same product as before, just renamed and repackaged, but I just don't see any innovation here. Not a failed product, it works, but I guess I'm just not that impressed. I'm not as impressed as I am with this. Before I set my face, let's actually talk about some blushes. I have some favorite cream blushes that I have been loving. Actually, it's just one that I've been trying, or specifically one shade from the YENSA Beauty Super Serum Silk Cream Blush. This shade, Pink Bliss, has won me over. It's got my heart. This shade is so fresh. It is so pretty. It is not too Barbie pink, but it is Barbie pink enough, so it's perfect. And what I like about it is how easily it blends. It glides on. You can apply it with your fingers if you want, or with a brush. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for a brush, I guess. I'm gonna pick up a little bit, just stipple some right here. Do you see how fresh that is? And yes, it's the shade, but it's also not just the shade. It's also the fact that it's a balmy looking blush, but it has a powdery flexibility to it. I can apply it over my foundation, over my concealer, over powder, and it just seems to cooperate. I love this type of formulation where it is just so easy, it is seamless. Doesn't matter if I have rough skin, doesn't matter if I have bumps, it will work. I actually told myself I'm gonna try a different shade, and I grabbed a different shade to try, but this one's got my heart. Notice I'm also bringing this blush very high into my temple and into my under eye. I learned from that ombre concealer trend. I learned that it actually looks really good on me, so I'm gonna continue utilizing it. So good. Now this is the type of face, I can just add a little bit of what's remaining onto my lips, maybe a little bit right here, and I'll go out the door because I feel comfortable. I feel put together, but not too makeup-y, but ready to face the world. This is perfect for me. All right, let's talk about blushes that I didn't love this month. And I'm so sad because I really wanted to love it. Sadly, I'm talking about the Give Beauty blush duos from Gwen Stefani, my first girl crush. But just because she's my girl crush doesn't mean that I'm crushing on these blushes, because they are not it. This shade right here, Flirty Talk, looks so pretty in the pan. It's got this orangey, tangerine-y, peachy type of vibe that is so summer type friendly. It looks like a sorbet. It looks very delicious. Unfortunately, it applies very, very, very dry, and it takes a lot of finessing in order to make it work. I think most of you will probably be able to make it work if your skin is smooth and good and no imperfections. For me, it was a little bit of a struggle, and it took a lot of blending with powder in order to make it look seamless. I don't know, this was just applying a little bit too patchy for me, a little bit too dry, and just not the way that I've been loving my blushes lately. A lot of the blushes that I've been gravitating towards have been super, super smooth and also smoothing, meaning that they would smooth out the texture of your skin and would be a helper as opposed to a nuisance, you know? And this blush felt like it was adding texture, it was not cooperating with my texture. I just didn't love it. I'm sorry. 28 bucks for it. Cute colors. Last month I did enjoy the bronzer and contour duo with the cream and powder bronzer. And I guess my expectations were really high for the blush duos, though both blushes were actually powder. And let's just say I've had better powder. And I forgot to mention the YENSA Beauty blush is $32. I believe it's available at Saks. And of course, I'll link it below along with all the other products that I'm loving. So definitely check out the links. Let's move on. All right, I'm gonna powder my face slightly. I'm gonna go for the Essence 16 Hour. This, in my opinion, is a dupe to Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I love this one. And then for the center of the face, I'm gonna do my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. Just a pinch. I feel like I like my skin texture at the moment. It looks healthy to me, but just because I'm used to it, I'm just gonna do the slightest amount. And then let's move on to some powder bronzers. I gotta say, this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer Contour Palette has been on repeat. I don't know why, because when I first tried it, I wasn't really that impressed. But then, because I'm not someone who really likes to contour my face, I don't think my face looks particularly good when it's too contoured, this has actually been perfect for me because it is contouring in the slightest bit possible. So I use the lightest shade, and this is the lightest palette. So this will probably be a little bit too light for most people, but for me, for the purpose that I'm using it for, it is perfect. I've just been using it to add a little bit of coolness underneath my lip, just a little bit of shadow like that. And also, if I want to chisel out my nose in the slightest bit, this is like the perfect color for me to do that with. You see what I mean? That's just enough for me. And like if I want to add a little bit more, I'll mix those two together. I'll add just a bit of that chisel right underneath, maybe just like along the perimeter of my hairline. Subtle, very subtle. Like you can kind of see it, but not really, but you can definitely feel it. I can feel it. 14 bucks. That's right. 14 bucks, available at like Target or whatever. I like it. It smells pretty good. Okay, let's move on to the fun category, the color cosmetics category. Let's talk about eyeshadows. Let's talk about palettes. Let's talk about lip stuff, all the fun deets. My favorite eye product for the month actually belongs to an eye crayon, and it is this one from Rare Beauty. I have 6 here in front of me, and I like them a lot. This is a gel-like formula, so to me it's a little bit different than all the others. It doesn't dry down super quickly. You have enough time to blend it out, or if you want to be really precise and just add like a line of shimmery liner, you can do that. So there are endless possibilities with it, and I like the fact that it is so flexible. One of my favorite shades is this pinky one. It is called Well-Being. I'm just gonna use this to literally line my entire lid, just the movable part of my lid, up to the crease. And on me that looks like a thick liner, but this is what I'm going for. So easy. I don't even need to have my tiny little mirror in front of me. It just glides. You see how easily it glides and how super pigmented it is? And then for my brow bone, I'm gonna use the shade Integrity, and this one is a champagne shade. So I'm gonna sharpen right underneath my brow hairs. I'm gonna take a brush and then blend out the bottom, make it a little bit more like an eyeshadow as opposed to a precise line. I really like these. These are $22 each. Super intuitive, great for a makeup novice, great for back to school. I'm sorry to bring up school, but people are like already talking about Halloween. I find it so disrespectful. But yeah, if you are a student looking for some easy everyday makeup items to wear to school, this is a good one, and it'll last you a long time too. All right, now let's talk about palettes. So there were a number of palettes that I tried this month, only 2 that I can remember. One of them I liked more than the others, so I'll just go ahead and say it. These are the 2 palettes that I'm talking about. Wow, on the monitor they look oddly similar even though they're not, but I gotta say I really liked the ColourPop Naruto palette. This one was fun. This one felt fresh. Of course it had the quality of a ColourPop eyeshadow palette. Some of the eyeshadows, namely the mattes, were a little bit on the dry side. They weren't super duper pigmented or anything like that. But for $24, 15 pretty sizable pans. I feel like these are larger than most ColourPop pans. I think it's a pretty fair palette. I like the color combo. I specifically like some of the lighter blue shades, like this one here called Copy Ninja. It is so beautiful. It's like a beautiful baby blue with some iridescent pinky purple and silver flecks. It is just so nice. Same with the Ramen Ichiraku. I really like this one. The shade Sakura. Just lots of colors that I would play around with. I'm actually gonna dip into a color I don't really like so much, Hidden Sand Village, but I'm gonna use it because it isn't very pigmented and it's good for the purpose of what I'm using it for. Basically, I just want to separate my eye socket from the brow bone and from the lid. So I want there to be a difference between this highlighter and the highlighter on my lid. That's it. That's all I want to do. Literally using the same Mario brush that I use for my nose contour, because essentially that's what I'm doing. I'm just contouring the eye socket and just giving it a little bit of roundness. Yeah, you know what? I am going to pick up a little bit of that Sakura. I'm going to add a little bit of that iridescence here. Maybe better with the finger. There we go. Dainty is what I will call this, but also lots of bold shades. So I appreciate that. 24 bucks, cute collection. I really like the liners from this collection, especially the metallic baby blue. That shade was perfection. Sadly, I did not enjoy the Too Faced Cosmic Crush. This one was a fail for me with a capital F. I think you guys saw me trying this on camera where I was very excited about the colors at first because they are very pretty, but the sad part is that the prettiest colors, or at least the ones that I was interested in, were some of the worst. They absolutely did not appear as bright and as inviting as they do in the palette. Once I applied them onto my skin, they barely applied to my skin. This shadow right here, Frost in Space, I couldn't get it to work no matter how hard I tried. Same with this Ultraviolet, same with the Too Spaced. In fact, I don't think I liked any of these shades. It was just a not worth it for me type of palette. And at $52, I want this kind of reflect. But this was a don't judge the book by its cover type of eyeshadow palettes. Sadly. Let us move on to some mascaras. I'm still basically reaching for my CoverGirl Cleantopia Mascara. This was my favorite of the month last month. I've been using it nonstop since I discovered it, and I'm gonna use it again today because the other mascara that I tried, the Butter London Tubing Mascara, is not yet available, I think. So although I loved that one, I'm not gonna like go ahead and promote it. Similar to the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. If I couldn't find a link for it, if I didn't see it on the website, I'd just rather wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Cleantopia, which has been a hit for me since I discovered it. And the fact that this is one of the first clean mascaras that actually works and works really well is saying a lot. I mean, when it works, it works. I'm just gonna leave it at that. One layer is all I need, and it looks so good. All right, shall we do lips? I have a number of lip products that I like this month. First, I like these $16 lip liners from Exa Beauty. Okay, there goes the cap. Hi. Come back. There are 6 shades, actually 7. There are 7 shades. All of these are nudes. This is a sharpenable pencil that is made in the Czech Republic, and pencils that are made in the Czech Republic are generally considered very good. So I like these. I already have lip liner on, however. I'm not gonna reach for these. Instead, I'm gonna tell you about a couple of my favorite lipsticks for the month. One of my most reached lip products this month has actually been this AMUSE lip tint in collaboration with my girl Ava, Glow by Ava. And it is her exclusive shade called Honey Fig. Just the prettiest, the daintiest nudie pink ever. This wears so well. It feels so comfortable on the lips. The scent is divine. I have been wearing this pretty much, I don't want to say every day because I don't wear makeup every day, but every time I go out, this has been living in my everyday makeup case, which is actually a bag. And this is what I've been reaching for because it's so easy and it's so flattering. I'm obsessed with it. Just looks so pretty and so easily put together, just effortless. I love it. Congrats, Ava. You killed it. I love this shade. I'm gonna forever use it till I run dry. And then lastly, in the lipstick category, I've really been enjoying the Lawless satin lipsticks. This one is Annie, and it's a really pale color. Today I grabbed a nudie color that I wanted to show you. I just don't know where it went. Ah yes, here we go. Found her. Soft Truffle is the shade, and so this is the one that I wanted to go for today. I'm gonna quickly blot down Honey Fig, and I'm gonna apply this one. This one feels very cooling on the lips, and I like that feeling. It's a thinner formula lipstick, so it's not super pigmented, but it's really easy to wear, and it feels almost like a chapstick or a balm, but without that actual greasy feeling. So I like that. And then I also wanted to show you one more product that I don't think I've talked about here on YouTube, but I most certainly have talked about it on IG and on my IG stories. I'm talking about the Day and Night Nourishing Lip Balm in the shade Meridiem from Monday Born by my girl, Tenny Panosian. This is her latest innovation, and you guys, this is the most perfect nude, glossy lip balm you've ever met. It looks so good. I know I'm applying it over lipstick, but it has the most perfect iced coffee type of shade. It is literally flattering on everyone. Tenny has been posting images and videos of a bunch of her customers and like other content creators wearing the shade, and it just looks incredible on every single skin tone, no matter the age. It is flattering on everyone. And this is another product that's also been living in my everyday makeup case. This is perfect. It wears so well. I love how long wearing it actually is, and the fact that you could wear it as a lip mask at night and look cute for your boo as you're going to bed. I see the little details, Tenny. I see it, and I like it. All right, and on that positive note, I'm gonna wrap up this video. So here are my faves and also my fails. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of them. How did these products work for you? I know that some products, like this IT Cosmetics CC Plus cream, have a lot of fans, and not everyone feels the same way that I do. Not everyone finds this to be a very makeup-y, heavy type of product. Most certainly, it doesn't cause the kind of breakouts on everyone that it does on me. So I would love to hear from you, not just about this product, but about everything else that I talked about. What do you think of my faves? What do you think of my fails? What are some of your favorites for the month? And what are some of your fails? Let me know. Sound off below. Leave your comments. This is how we continue growing our community. This is how we continue growing together. And so I hope you guys leave me a little note, and also a note for each other, for the viewers. So with that, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna say farewell. Peace out. I'm out. Check out more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Deuces.